Yo. All right, here we go. All right. Looks like I got it going. Sorry, y'all. Just a little technical difficulties in the beginning, but it's all good. It's all good. And you know what, y'all? I think we back.
Yay.
Welcome to another episode of the Freaks Industry Podcast. I am one of your loyal and gracious host, Mo Brooks, aka Moby Dick, aka Mr. Bitches, aka I guess
So many
I'm
aliases,
just
so
old.
many
I'm just
titles.
an old man. And next to me, we have my lovely wife that's dear to me in my life is Boss Lady Brooks. Say what's up, y'all.
Hey, hey, hey. We
So
back,
today
y'all.
we are back. Today's podcast, we are discussing, we are talking, we are definitely basically. Oh, all right, there we go. We are basically. This is this is 54 episode 54 dash one or dash two. It's basically part two of the trailer episode that we created just recently. So what we discussed on that trailer, we were discussing the biggest mistakes when hosting sex parties, or 5 reasons why you shouldn't or can't. And so to touch back on the reasons why you shouldn't or can't, we're gonna touch base on. Okay, so here we go. Number 5, insecurities. Number 4, jealousy. Number 3, ego. Number 2, sex. And number 1, money and profit. Now, those are the 5 reasons why you shouldn't or can't: jealousy, insecurity, ego, sex, and money. I didn't say it in correct order, but you get the gist of it.
Oh, yeah.
Now, the reason why we're going to give you a brief explanation why these 5 things are why you can't do it or shouldn't do it. And at the end of this episode, we're going to go ahead and hit you with a little tidbit on the 5 reasons why you should and could. And we really think you should and you could
You
if
might be cut off for it.
you might be cut off for it.
You know what your hobbies are.
So so the way I see it is like this. And boss lady, at any given point in time, you can chime in and
I
let me
can
know.
jump in.
At any given point in time,
I can jump in.
at any given time, I prefer you jump in.
Well, I'm gonna jump in right now because I'm gonna just piggyback off of what you already said, and I think the reasons, even though you might have said them out of order, and from your angle, I think those reasons would fluctuate depending on who you are. I mean, if profit's not a big deal, let's say you got Diddy money. Diddy ain't finna even have Diddy money. But let's say you got Diddy money and you throw Diddy parties and you feel like, hey, let me throw a lifestyle party or I'm sorry, sex party. Um, Means nothing to you because you got the money to shit out. You got the money to throw away. So money might not be number one. Money might be number five. Like money ain't shit. I got that. So it really depends on who you are, how these reasons fall. You feel me? If insecurity is not an issue, but money is, you feel where I'm going with this? So
Right.
we're just gonna touch on them, and it may or may not be out of order for some people, but just bear with, and you'll see at the end what it is we're trying to get across.
Right. So we're gonna go one by one and expand on this brief
Yes.
episode. So with the insecurities, why do you say the insecurities, babe?
um, yeah, insecurity is a big one, and I feel that across the board. Money don't make you. I feel like if you don't have game in the real world, you're not gonna have game inside this lifestyle or these parties. You just not. It's not gonna make you the man. It's not gonna. It might boost your ego momentarily, but you can get that deflated real quick. When somebody knock your bitch down like you can't,
Right.
and then it's like, ooh, you feel away. So I would say insecurity for me would be number one. Like if you got insecurities, don't even try it. Cause
Right.
first your ego, then your little heart, get your little heart hurt. Then you gonna spend money to feel stupid. Don't want to do that.
Right.
And then you gonna lose all of that and still feel stupid. Like at the end of it, you got nothing out of it to begin with it because you got it in for the wrong reasons. What he said.
Yeah, to piggyback on what you're saying, I mean, I ain't gonna beat a dead horse, but if you already have jealousy issues, and there have been too many times we come to parties and we've had couples who are insecure.
Man.
Everyone has a hidden agenda. Whether there's a woman who wants to come and get her boots smoked by multiple guys or multiple girls, and the guy feels some kind of way about that, and if you already have major disagreements before y'all even show up to the party,
Right.
and I mean like major, then
This ain't gonna fix it.
It's not enough. That's gonna make it worse.
That's gonna make it worse.
If you are a sneak freak, if you're not a person who likes to see your mate play with others, as I love it, but if you can't take it, don't do it. It's not gonna get better. If your greed to get multiple sex partners outweighs your love and respect for your mate, don't do it. So insecurity is not going to be hosting a party, because if you're hosting a party, all you're going to do is cuff your lady who might not want to be cuffed, or all you're going to do is make an ass out of yourself, and you want to be the man.
Yeah, it gets deep.
Yeah, it gets deep.
She might not want to be cuffed, or she might want to be cuffed, and you might want to be the wild stallion. But you opening Pandora's box either which way, so you do need to know where you stand with your partner before you do this. If you feel like in a threesome, foursome situation you can control it, and that gets you off, that's great.
Yeah.
Don't add 8 more people in a party setting and think it's going to be all good, because you're not going to be able to control it, and then suddenly y'all have issues.
Right.
So a lot of this stuff we're talking right now has subtext. You know what I mean? Like, it gets deeper. Don't come to the party thinking that's all we need is to get out, and suddenly she closes down because she looking at you like, you just setting me out. You don't care about my safety.
Mm-hmm.
And all you can see is the candy in the room, big ass kid.
And that's a major insecurity too.
Yeah.
When you as a woman, you kind of want to do whole shit, and then your guy is down with you doing whole shit, and you feel like, well, you may have thought of me. You never respected me no way. You thought I was whole the whole time.
Oh man, subtext.
Talk to yourself. You gotta be honest with yourself.
That's
if you like getting slutted out, if you like to watch your man,
like
bottom line, if you are the kind of person that loves to do whole shit,
bald head whole shit
at that, then go right ahead and do it. Shit.
Newsflash, you a bald head hoe.
Newsflash, you's a hoe. Now the next and what ties into that is jealousy. So with number 4, jealousy. Once again, if you are the type of person who don't want nobody touching your lady, looking at your lady, touching your man, flirting with your man, kissing your man's, rubbing, anything that has anything to do with sex and anything that has to do with intimacy. If you have problems, hosting a party is not for you.
No.
Because you are definitely, everyone has a hidden agenda. Guys do it for the clout and the pussy and the money. Women do it some women do it for the power. Some women who, if you have that what's that addiction, when you're the kind of person that you have to, what's that when you're tryptophan, when you like with Instagram and IG, you just got attention whore.
Attention whore sounds great.
Yeah, that's jealousy. That's if you are on that page and your mate or mates, because nowadays everyone has a poly, everyone wants to be this and that. If you have any kind of insecurities,
insecurity has a lot of subtext. So we're gonna move on from that. But the bottom line is, if you have insecurities or you are having issues with your mate, this ain't gonna fix it. Y'all gotta fix y'all before y'all come into this arena. Definitely. So no, it may not be for you.
Definitely. Also, let's see here. Number 3, ego. Your ego most egos are very fragile. Most of them are. So if you're trying to host a party or trying to throw a party or anything that has to do with any kind of lifestyle swinger establishment sets, you might be the man for one party, but can you keep it up? If you can't keep it up, then
in every sense of the word, you can't keep it up.
We've thrown parties I've helped people throw parties since 2001. We've hosted parties on our own since 2004. So that's 20 plus years in the game.
Yeah, it's been 20 years.
20 plus years in the game. And my ego has been blown up and punctured throughout the years. Right now my ego is mellow because he's mellow. I've mellowed the fuck out.
Yeah.
I might not look. I feel like right now,
Say that.
yeah, I'm a chubby dude. I'm not built like I used to be.
Father figure.
I'm. It's not a father figure.
It's a dad
It's a
bod.
father. It's a well, yeah, it's dad. Yeah, it's not a dad, but it's a father figure. You're right.
Yeah,
I got a father
mentor.
figure, but I'm a father figure with a big ass dick, and I know I have a crisp mouthpiece. I know how to talk to people,
Yes.
and I know good and damn well that I can do what I do. But even with me being a veteran, a 20 plus year vet in the game, I'm not I'm not uh I'm guilty of having an ego to where as I was arrogant and I can in my mind I can pull anybody I want.
Yeah.
And at times I was a little bit aggressive, and at other times, I sat back in the cut and just chilled out. But if you have an ego that can always be crushed and you're sensitive about what you do and what you got going on, then damn it, don't don't get into
This
it.
ain't for you.
This ain't for you.
This ain't. If your ego is easily bruised and or crushed, this ain't for you.
Yeah.
This is not for you. This ain't the game for you.
'Cause
Oh, and if you into playing games, did we not put that on there? If you into playing games, stay your ass out the arena. Cause you gonna come across somebody like me, it's gonna be bad business. Stay out the arena.
yeah, I don't even want to know. Um, shit, in the worst way.
Oh.
Let's see.
No.
Number two. This may sound crazy because we're talking about a sexual themed situation, but
Mhm.
another reason why you shouldn't and you can't host a swinger party or a lifestyle party for sex, because you might have a type, and your type might not like you. And there have been times at parties where you might get more than what you established. You might meet someone that you have always felt is out of your league, but you might also get a wake up call and realize your sex ain't what you thought it was. Just because you got a big dick
Say that.
and can't use it, I was told that's called a dumb dick. So
The performance of it all.
right, and there are women out there. You have to find your equal. If
Yeah.
you are a size queen and you like a nigga with a big dick,
Mhm.
you might just settle for some head, but you might want more than just head. Face ain't gonna move you. It's just not. And if you are a man who loves oral and chicks ain't sucking your dick right, that's what that is. But you can always find give and take in and out of situations. It just depends on if you can find what you want. But in this situation, the reason why you shouldn't is because there's not a guarantee you're gonna get people together at these parties who are willing to have sex with each other.
That's true. Oh, I know a situation where somebody got all the people there and was like, okay, y'all, fuck. And everybody was looking at everybody like, the hell? Yeah, I got some crackers on the table and some grapes now. Everybody fuck. That ain't how that work. That is not.
That's not how that works.
It really is a science to it, the behind the scenes. And if you think you're just gonna add water and stir and then the shit just pop, that's not how that works either. So good luck with that. Good luck with that. Again, goes back to you ain't got no game in the real world. You ain't gonna have no game in this arena. You're not, if you don't have the chops for it to begin with. Well, you know what? Let me not contradict, because there's people out there throw great parties, but they don't have the same premise to throw great sex/lifestyle parties. Like I know some people that throw some great parties, but they wouldn't be able to host nothing in this arena.
Right.
At all. So.
And let's see. Then the last part is
Y'all
money.
excuse me, I got a little cold on.
And
Y'all keep hearing me.
And the last part is money and profit.
Yeah.
For a lot of people, it's
yeah.
situations where you can sit here and host a party and you expect to bring in all this money because you gotta make sure you have the right prices. You gotta make sure you have
It's
the
a
right.
science.
You gotta make sure you have the right people involved, the right ratio of men to women. You gotta have the right amount of tiles.
Yeah.
The right amount
Everybody
of.
get tired.
And sometimes when people do what they do, they realize, they think they got it going on. At the end of the day, you got to spend X amount of dollars to get
Yeah,
X amount of
man.
people
Yeah,
just to
man.
make a profit. And if you're doing it for the profit, you're gonna fuck around and you're gonna lose your main clientele basically because everybody who you're doing it for, you're just doing it for the money.
Yeah.
And when you do it for the money, that's when you start cutting corners.
Oh yeah, that's it.
And when you cut corners, people don't want to come back no more.
Yeah.
You can't build up brand
Mm-mm.
loyalty when you don't have the
Yeah.
right amount of people there who are willing to deal with what you're dealing with.
Yeah.
You know, you got to, and plus you got to make sure the price, your price
True.
point,
is everything.
the price point has to be what? The price is right, right?
Are we gonna play Plinko too?
Oh, my bad.
Right. I like Plinko. Shout out to Plinko.
Shout out to Plinko. So yeah, you got to make sure the price point is right, and
Yep.
usually the price points ain't never right. The ratio is wrong. You know,
Ooh,
we
science.
when you in for the money, you have rent. You have what it's called. People have rent parties,
Oh my God, smoke out.
smoke outs.
And ain't nothing wrong with that, but don't disguise it as one thing, expecting it to be one thing, and then it turns out to be something else, and then you don't make your profit point or you know what I'm saying? It's like just, and again, you lose loyalty like that because people are like, I didn't come for the smoke out, I didn't come for the spades, I didn't come for movie night, I came for this, and this was not there. This is not this. Then you run into people who came to smoke who didn't come to fuck, and then you want to fuck, and then you rub them the wrong way because they've been smoking. It's like, oh man, I ain't gonna deal with that shit, man. I ain't going back there. Motherfuckers in the backyard playing spades, dog. I got my towel on. Nobody. Just everybody playing spades. Man, I can go home for this. I'm just saying.
And that's how it be though, for
That's
real.
how it be.
You know,
like, I wish I would show up to a motherfucking nigga. Oh, okay.
You know, rent parties,
$50 at the door. So
weed
you sit out and
parties.
smoke and play spades. Oh, okay.
fuck all that.
bro.
It ain't worth it. It's just really not.
I'm good.
It's really not. It ain't worth it. Gucci on that coochie. That's what it is. But at the same point in time, now that we broke it all down to you the reasons why, now we're pretty much towards the end of this said podcast, Freaks Industry Podcast. Tell a friend. We got merch.
Oh, I don't have mine on, but you know.
Let's see that. Let's hold on. Let me get a close up of that, Miss Brooks. Hold on.
There's one too.
Shit,
That's my good one.
Let me see. That's a good one.
Boy, get out my mix. My personal space. Bag your ass up.
All right. So anyway, now let's go with the 5 reasons why. This is why you stayed.
Why?
So let's find out the reasons why.
Why don't we say the 5 reasons why we did it, and then tell you these are some of the reasons you should. That's what we'll do.
Okay.
Yeah, because it's different for everybody. That's how I started. It's different for everybody.
Bo. Okay. So give us some reasons why we did it, baby.
Oh, we did it because, man, he has charisma, and I love hosting parties. So here's the thing. My husband has this thing for variety. He gets bored easily. And me personally, I'm seeing whatever makes this nigga smile. So it kind of just meshed for us, kind of. I like to see him get down. He has no problem at all seeing me get down. We like watching other people get down. And then, oh Lord, and then you add in the aspect of just everybody jamming and having fun. Like, for us, that was just like everything. To sit in the corner and watch it go down.
Everything?
Everything. It's like my favorite thing to do. But yeah, we put all of the stuff that we actually like doing separate together, and the shit just took off. For us, it was never about the profit, but the profit was a bonus. It's kind of like, oh, we're pregnant, we want a boy, and then we get a boy. But then it was a healthy boy, so we happy. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, it all fell into place. So for us, yeah, man, that was the big part of it. We literally loved what we were doing. Like, you know what I mean? And then we can make a profit, nigga. That's what's up. Side hustle extraordinaire, Esquire the Third. That's what that was for us.
All right.
Shit. It took a while to get there.
But it was cool. We helped people. We helped other people host parties, and several times we got fucked over by people want to take all the money because we knew everybody. So let's just do it.
And that's really what set the fire off.
Yeah,
we helped other people, host events or whatever. And it's like, oh, we'll split the profit type thing. And it's like, okay, principle is principle. If you say you're gonna do something, do it and stand on it. But then when you try to undercut or act a fool, or we done brought 50, 60 people to your event, and then you want some, nah, I'm gonna keep this and give you $10. Thanks for your effort. That's when I figured out, like, you know what, we can do this shit ourselves. And then, because of the fun aspect, that kind of like sucked the fun out of it. When somebody is like behind the scenes fucking you over, you feel away. You feel away, and you kind of shut down. So that took the fun out of it. But with us throwing and hosting our own, I don't want to say the word control, but there was more control involved all the way around. Like this way, we know people having fun. We know people are comfortable. We know people will be back. Tell a friend. I mean, it just blew up from there because we literally, you can look at us and tell we love what we do. We love what we were doing as far as throwing the parties were concerned. We had some of our biggest fights, but we were still hosting parties because we loved it. We broke up at one point and was hosting parties because we literally love it.
Yeah.
And if we say we're gonna do something, we stand on it. We do it.
Right.
And that's where the brand loyalty comes into play. When people are like, they about they shit, you would never know what's going on behind the scenes with us because we are going to give you what we say we're going to give you. Because we're in it for the love of it.
So now, the 5 reasons behind why this towards the end. Let's wrap this on up. So, the 5 reasons why you should: profit and money,
Yeah,
sexual detachment,
yeah,
watching and viewing or being a voyeur,
boy, yeah,
entertaining, and the number 1 reason is sex. Now, look, the 5. The 5 being profit and money. The reason why you could is because if you do establish and you do have a following,
yeah,
clientele, then the best thing you can do is to go ahead and start. You can afford to raise prices a little bit because things cost, and that usually if you have a premier party, people aren't going to mind paying X amount of dollars for your said premier party because they know they're going to have nice amenities, a nice bathroom, clean nice towels, great soaps to wash yourself with and scents.
Yeah.
They're gonna know that the bedding and the sheets are
just
clean.
Be realistic because it's what would you want,
right?
And what do you have to offer? If those two don't match up, don't even start.
Hell, as well as the food. If the food is top notch, you're not just. Who doesn't go somewhere and get muscatoli or chicken and some kind of pasta? But if your shit is good, if it's delicious,
think about your favorite club that you go to. And that's different for everybody. But what do you really love about that club?
Right.
I heard myself. What do you really love about that club? You like the chicken. You like the parking. You like the fact that it closed at a certain time. You like the people you around. You ain't got to worry about it because you got enough security in the building or, different stuff like that. So think about your favorite club and then think about, can I offer that to somebody? Because if I'm telling somebody, you need to pay me $50, what am I paying $50 for? You gotta tell me something. Because if I walk in your house and I'd have paid you $50, or walk into your venue and I paid you $50, and again, there's some crackers on the table, there's a bowl of grapes. Did you bring you a towel? We have a room in the back. You can go spend $50 in somebody's little cheap ass hotel, bring your own shit, and have just as much fun.
Yeah,
and be in control of your surroundings.
Yeah, you're right.
You're not going to pay money to not be in control of your surroundings, or at least comfortable in your surroundings. That's just what that is. Why some people go to Waffle House versus IHOP. You know what I'm saying? You might get your fighting in at Waffle, but you're going to sit down and relax at IHOP, and not worry about something popping off per se, depending on which one you go to.
Right.
But yeah, it's literally comes down to that. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, the control factor of it all. What would you want? And what do you have to offer?
Then also 4, if you have this, it's the antithesis of being insecure or jealousy is having the sexual detachment. If you have a situation where you bring your mate, most people come, if there is a couple situation, most people come with total strangers that they might meet online and say, I'm going to this party, let's link up. And so that way there's no detachment anyway. Or they attend with a quote unquote friend that they always want to get at, or someone that they're a side chick, side dude, whatever.
Bay friend.
Yeah. So that way there's still no detachment. There's no real sexual bond. But then there are other people like myself who will go with my wife, who I care about and I love, and we've been married for years and have built everything from a media company to a household and raise kids and now dogs. And it's a situation to whereas the sexual detachment is because we both can detach it and understand what it is and what it's not.
Yeah.
We're not going to leave the other
It's not
for
a deal
someone
breaker.
else because we had sex with someone else.
Yeah.
That just doesn't,
Not
that
a deal
baffles me.
breaker.
And there are people out there who can't take it if another man or woman gets at their mate.
Yeah. Listen,
I
if
don't.
you are emotionally attached to someone behind some sex, this is not for you. And I've seen women get dignitized. I've seen stalker ass niggas because he can fuck everybody else, but not her because that's his main. That's his bust down. That's his bottom bitch. I've
Yep.
seen that. So if you get easily emotionally attached to somebody because of their sex, this is not it. This is not
Yeah.
for you.
Yeah.
And I think from the beginning with me and him, there was no emotional attachment in a sexual nature because with us from the start it was never about the sex. We connected on so many different levels, and then the sex, and then the type of sex, the kind of sex that we like. It's like, damn, you like that too. I like that too. You know what I'm saying? So it all just kind of clicked. There was no not even a hint of, if you fuck her, I'm done. It wasn't a deal breaker.
Right.
And that, I think that has to be first and foremost. If you with somebody or you bring somebody out, if you have an emotional attachment to this person and it's surrounded because of the sex, you may not have nothing in common, but you head over heels for this nigga. Don't know why. Usually it's the bum niggas too, but that's gonna be another episode. Bum niggas got good dick. Look out for that episode. And the reasons why.
And the reasons why.
And the reasons
The
why.
reasons that we're here.
But yeah, if you
fucking
easily fall for somebody, this ain't
There we
this
go.
ain't you. This ain't you. This ain't for you.
So bottom line is cuffing should never be allowed in the lifestyle ever. I don't give a fuck what's going on.
No
I
way,
mean,
shape, or
if
form.
two people come together and blatantly have love and
Mutually
respect
decide,
for
yes.
each other, and they mutually decide, you know what, I don't
Yeah.
sleep with nobody but you, and vice
Yeah.
versa, that's cool. But let's be honest with yourselves. I don't give a fuck how many Facebook groups you in, how many different. There's gonna be somebody that's gonna float your boat outside of your mate.
Yeah.
And if you can't make that move to play with that person because you scared of what your mate gonna say, why are y'all together?
Why
Together?
y'all
Question that.
They're together.
Question that flat out. It's horrible. And I dropped the bomb on that one.
It goes right back to understanding and having a arrangement from the get-go. From the get-up. You gotta decide what it is y'all own before you walk through the door. That's everything.
Yeah.
That's everything.
Yeah.
So.
And number 3, watching and voyeur, same thing. We pretty much covered. We pretty much covered the other two. I mean, this one with the other two things. Basically, if you like to watch, there's no. I don't know how people do in other cities, states, and countries, but with us, you can come in and be a voyeur. You can watch. Watching people have sex is called being a voyeur. It's the art of watching what you like to see. You can see.
Yeah.
So if you like to be a voyeur or watch people have sex, and you the person behind making this happen because you got the facility, you bought things, you pay for people to come, you pay for a venue, people can come through. Then by all means, let's shit. That's dope as hell. But I do mean with a big B. If you're not a voyeur, if you get mad seeing people fuck, and because you couldn't get none.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So it's a particular male or female you're trying to get at, and they don't want to get at you, or they got at you, or they promise you this is your pussy at a party. If a motherfucker
I've groomed some people to so I could specifically.
If a motherfucker promise you this is your pussy at a fuck party, they lying. No. If it's my pussy, let me take it with me. Can I take it in the car? Can I leave you here and take it with me? Oh, I can't. Then let's leave that alone. Number 2, you got to be willing to entertain. If you're willing to entertain people, and as long as you can entertain people, then if you love entertaining, if you love having, if the party is at your home, at a hotel, at a hall, because I know when I lived in KC, they was hosting them in halls. Shout out to whatever that hall was.
I remember that.
Down on Rainbow Road. That was
Rainbow Road at that.
Yeah.
I remember that. That was
KCK
nice.
side.
That was nice.
And if you have situations where you don't mind entertaining and this is what you're about, then by all means you can definitely host a swinger party. And the final reason why you
He's
can
excited.
you can have and you should have and you can have a swinger party or host these lifestyle event. Number one, sex. If you love everything about sex, you're good with sex. Newsflash. I mean, newsflash.
It was like CBS Newsflash. NBC.
Then this is for you.
Yeah.
So I think we pretty much summarize everything else. If if you are a person who has followed our podcast
Yes.
and or you just now following or just found our podcast,
Hello.
hello and welcome back.
Welcome home.
For those who have been following us for a long time, Texas Homegrown will be back soon. Shout out to Texas. You know, she has a real life going on, and we want to wish her well. So she'll be
Yeah.
back, so you can see Miss Bam Bam in the building.
Right. You don't do it as good.
I can't do it as she do it in the building, but
Yes, Lord.
but so those are the reasons why, and we want to thank everyone who's viewed this. It's a little nervousness. It's been so long since
Oh, you
we've
gotta
done a
shake the nerves.
podcast.
Gotta shake the nerves.
This is the podcast can only get better.
Yeah.
I'm still working out as y'all watching this. I'm working out the bugs.
Y'all get to see the behind the scenes.
So for those who are listening on Spotify and Apple, thank you. Tell a friend to tell a friend. For those who are watching on YouTube,
Tell a friend to tell a friend of me.
I apologize for some of the technical difficulties on the screen. I'm pressing the wrong buttons, so there might have been a situation where it might have been Boss Lady Brooks and it was me, or a situation where it was me and it said Boss Lady Brooks. However, we're
when
working
you
it
see
out.
him, you see me. When you see me, you see him.
Fuck this
It don't
editing.
matter.
We're going to make it happen.
We gonna make it happen.
We're going to make it happen.
Like we always do.
Like we always do. So, with that being said, thank you for joining us. Keep track for the next episode.
Yes, Lord.
And before we go, you ready? Here we go.
Bell.
Oh, yeah, that too. In life, you can deny the lie, but you can never deny the truth. Always live your truth. And with that being said, that's another episode of the Freaks of the Industry podcast.
Thank you. Listen to that first, so we're gonna just go right into another one.